Welcome to my episode's vlog number 12. Today I want to talk to you about not so much a sexy topic, but a very important one, and sometimes even for compliance reason a legal required one. And this is backup. If you're like me, then backup is one of these things. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't do it. And working in IT for many years, I have seen almost all kinds of situations. I have seen companies pretty much storing their backup tapes right at the front desk where everybody can see it, and then later actually working with them, even realizing that they didn't encrypt their backup. So technically everybody just taking these backup tapes would have all the data this company has. As mentioned, it is sometimes a legal requirement, especially if you're a business that you hold your documents at least 10 years here in Switzerland. For certain industries or certain documents it might be even more. Now, why is it such a pain? Back in the days it was only tape, and we had to remember to change the tapes every day. Usually it was like a 2-week retention policy. And then later, as we were going forward, we started to back up to disk. It was easier because we didn't have to put the backups in there. The problem with disk is most of us just have a server room, and then there is also the disk backup, but we don't have a second location. Then we tell ourselves, let's buy an external hard drive, and once a month I make a copy of the backup on this hard drive and I take it home. Some of us maybe do it more regularly, some of us don't do it at all. But as we start into the new year, it's always important that we clean out what we've done last year, what we need to hold on, and archive it correctly. And that's also backup. It is important to know backup is not equal disaster recovery. That's another topic for another day. Today we really just look at backup. And I want to show you how easy you can get rid of the headache of trying to remember when you have to make a copy to your hard drive and take it home, or that you have to change the tapes, and you don't have to worry about this infrastructure at all anymore. And this is with the Microsoft Cloud. With the Microsoft Cloud you can use first-party solution from Microsoft itself, but you can also use third-party solution, for example VM, but there are many other solutions also available on the cloud that you can easily use to back up your infrastructure. Today we look a little bit more in detail about Azure. When you start doing it, you can choose between what we call local redundant or geo-redundant. Local redundant means that if you, for example, choose North Europe as the location of your backup, then it will make 3 copies in North Europe of your backup. It's not on the same server, it's maybe not even in the same building, but it's all in North Europe. If you use geo-redundant, then it basically does it in North Europe and also in West Europe, which means if, for example, North Europe gets attacked or burns down or has a complete failout, then all your data still is in West Europe, which is 100 of miles away. So this is important to know, but it also comes obviously with a price difference. But let me show you on a real life example, as we're going to back up just some files of my download folder, how easy it is to set up and what the price tag is you have to keep in mind. So let's dive in. So here we have the normal Microsoft Azure portal. There is nothing on here. I created a new dashboard specifically for backup demo vlog 12. And then first what we need to do is basically create a new resource. In our case, as mentioned, it's basically a backup vault where we're going to be able to store or upload our files. So the easiest way to find it is if I search under backup, hit enter. Now it shows everything with backup, even from the store. So you see here is different third-party solutions that you can use. We're going to use backup and site recovery, which is part of the operation management suite from Microsoft. You don't need to use the full suite to take advantage of backup, but backup is part of it. So we say create. So we need a name for the backup blog. Then we say create a new resource group. Then we choose the location of the resource group. In our case, we're going to say North Europe. I say pin it to the dashboard and create. So why did I choose a new resource group? The good thing is if I use resource group, it's very easy for me to basically go back and delete all the components within a resource group. So it allows me to manage it, and I could also give somebody right just for that specific resource group. I can deploy all kinds of Microsoft Azure services into this resource group. Now we have here the whole overview with alerts, the jobs, backup policies, the backup items. And as I mentioned before, it's also the site recovery, but we look only at backup. So first step when we did this, we have to say add a backup. So we say plus. Then this menu opens which asks what is the backup goal. Do you want to back up a virtual machine from Azure? This could be a Linux machine, but also Windows Server machine. In this case, I say it's on-premise, as we're basically backupping my download folder, and say here files and folder. Now a new submenu opens that says click here to prepare my machine. So I download the agent, I've already done that. Then it says download the Vault credentials. This is basically the login information the Vault needs to then upload the file. I say save. Now we go in the backup agent that I already downloaded and installed. I say here register server, as I just created a new Vault. Then I don't have a proxy. Here it's the Vault identifications that we just downloaded. It's here in the download folder. I add it. Now the encryption settings, I could use my own key or I just let him generate a key. Then he asks me where do I want to store this key. Let's keep it simple and put it also in downloads. Then I say register this server. So now what it basically does, it creates that backup policy, and then afterwards I can select what I want to have backupped to this backup vault. So let's click on close. Now I can say schedule a backup. It's taking all the policy information that you can set on the Azure platform, on the portal. Here we click next. Here it says what I want to backup. So let's go. Then I say next. Now it asks me what schedule I want to set. You see I can say daily or week. I leave it as it is. Then I can set a specific retention policy, how long he needs to keep that files. For example, if I want to be able to restore a status of a folder, let's say 2 weeks back, then I need to have a retention policy of 2 weeks so that I could go back and say I need the file version, for example, from this day. Then choose the initial backup type, my confirmation, I finish it. Now it creates this backup schedule. Now I say backup now, so he starts right away. So right now he's making a snapshot of this folder that I selected and then basically prepares it to upload it to Azure. So let it quickly run through and then I show you how it looks on the Azure portal. Now you can see it started transferring the data. So far we've transferred 29 megabytes. Says data transfer complete. We already see here is a job with a green check mark that it was successful. We can go back to the portal. I can close these windows now. Now we will see that he uploaded one file folder. It says one. We can look and then we should see my computer name and what it uploaded. So it's that easy, and now it's already backupped. I can literally automate the schedule. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about taking the hard drive home or changing the tapes. It just does it all by itself. And as I mentioned in the beginning, you can choose between local redundant and geo redundant. So let me show you what price difference that makes. So when you go just to azure.com, there you'll find a calculator. Let's just search for it. So it's already a backup on here, probably from the cookies from last night when I was playing around. So here we see West Europe. We can choose in which region we want to use storage. Storage has a different price by region because sometimes it's more expensive to operate it at a certain location. Then you can go here, you say one instance. So I have 1 server, 2 servers, 3 servers that I want to upload. How much storage I need. So let's say 500 gigabyte of data that you work with, your construction plan or your customer data database, for example. And then it shows me that the storage by itself is $9.03 per month, Swiss francs in this case. And this is based on local redundant storage. I pay another $10. Again, it makes 3 copies of it, so it's not just 1 copy, but 3 copies. And then if I choose geo-redundant, where it goes to another data center that is hundreds of miles away, then we are at $30 total versus the $20 just in one data center region, but with 3 copies. So for $20 a month, when you think what you pay your cell phone provider, that just allows you to make phone calls. But this is your data you're legally required to hold on, and worst comes to worst, you want to make sure that you have all the information what you worked on, who your customers are, and your customers' history. So start right into this new year, make it count, and back up your data from 2016 and earlier years to make sure that you are compliant, but also to make sure that you never again lose any important information to your business. I hope today's episode was valuable for you. If you like it, please provide feedback. Please sign up to the alerts either on the WordPress website or also subscribe to the YouTube channel and help me spread the word. My goal is 1,000 viewers or 1,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year, and I'm very thankful if you can be part of it and help me to reach that goal. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I wish you really a super successful new year, and talk to you soon.